Hello everyone, welcome, my name is Phoenix and this is the Consumer's Guide to Filmmaking. Terrifier 3, 2024, Damien Leone. Taking place 5 years after the events of Terrifier 2, Sienna Shaw has just been released from a mental hospital and is now living with her aunt and uncle-in-law. Forming a close bond with her cousin Gabby, and still maintaining her relationship with her brother, Sienna struggles but tries her best to rebuild her life after Art the Clown's rampage all those years ago. But little does she know, Art the Clown is still alive. When the little girl from the previous film who followed Art around possesses the surviving victim from the first film, this demonic jester and his new partner carves a bloody path back to Sienna during Christmas. With little options, Sienna must protect her family and stop Art the Clown at all costs. So I was not expecting much from this film, considering how less than thrilled I was with the first two, but color me surprised with this one. This gory slasher was a massive step up from its predecessors. Much like 2 was with 1, 3 improves pretty much every element of the second film. Visually, Terrifier 3 looks pretty damn close to a professional film. The lighting is warmer, made more so by Leone's decision to shoot on film, the film grain accentuating that improvement in lighting, attempting to replicate the horror Leone probably grew up on by using film. It allowed me to appreciate that Leone has a strong visual style. His camera movements are tight and have a great flow to them. The sequences in this film are decently edited, and while it isn't cerebral in any way, it is effective horror editing, and helps Art the Clown show both comedic and intimidating moments. The music maintains that professional quality that the second one had. The synth music really fits that 80s exploitation aesthetic the film is going for. The synths are droning and atmospheric, rumbling in the background to give these scenes a nice boost in energy. Aside from the synth music, there was an original song composed that was essentially a Christmas carol about art. It's as retarded as you imagine it to be, even if it does fit the tone of the film. Also, the band Ice Nine Kills did a song that isn't in the film, but it is part of the soundtrack. I heard it on the radio once, and again, it's as dumb as it sounds like it would be, you know? The marked improvement in filmmaking doesn't just come from Leone's willingness to improve his craft. It is also one of the many benefits of a bigger budget. Getting a massive leap in the amount of money he had to play with, $2 million for this one, compared to the $250,000 for the previous film. Leone pumped that money into what mattered most, the gore. Even if it is at the expense of sets looking a little cheap, the makeup and prosthetics are really nice. Art still looks like Art. The mangled girl in her clown getup looked great, and they are fucking everyone up in this movie. I think the best way I can describe how I love these set pieces is that they push the envelope. These set pieces are vulgar, extreme, and really out of pocket. From the minute Art eviscerates a family with an axe, we do not let up for nearly 2 hours. Santa's getting frozen to death and mangled, a big group of kids were blowing up, the rats and the tube down the woman's gullet, something ripped right out of the pages of American Psycho, more or less. Buddy getting his balls and ass chainsawed? Fuck me. On top of not shying away from showing gratuitous and obscenely extreme violence, the prosthetics and dummy work in this film is top fucking notch, especially the rat tube. That looked really good. Writing-wise, this is still a pretty dumb slasher, but I think Leone did some fun things to make the dumb stuff palatable. Sienna's superpowers were, for lack of a better term, more clearly explained in this film. Her dad seemed to have some connection to divine beings and whatnot, and it's these beings that are fighting this war with evil or something. At the end, instead of going full Xena Warrior Princess, which was retarded, all we had was some labored Jesus imagery. It's still dumb and edgy, but it's comparatively tamer to the stuff in Terrifier 2 in that regard. David Howard Thornton, once again, is crushing it as Art the Clown, and his physical presence is absolutely unmatched. The sheer range of faces this guy can make to convey his thoughts is impressive, and he really makes himself easy to read. Amazing villain, amazing actor. Joining him is Samantha Schifidi as the possessed final girl from Terrifier 1, and she is essentially doing an amicable, menacing villain sort of shtick. It wasn't too amazing, but the way she played off of DHT was really fun. In our protagonist role, we have Lauren Lavera returning, and she is really channeling her inner Tommy Jarvis for this turn as Sienna Shaw. While hammy at times, her ability to convey the pain and fear of encountering this clown again was decent for a film of this nature. Everyone else gave decent slasher sort of performances, and no one really dragged the film down compared to the first two. In the overall, I think Terrifier 3 was a pleasant surprise. Showing great strides to get better as a filmmaker, Damien Leone uses the great amount of money he got this time around to take bad taste to new heights. An extremely over-the-top and obscene gorefest, Terrifier 3's impressive practical effects will satiate the bloodlust of any gorehound, and Leone's much improved cinematography makes it a visually pleasing film as well. David Howard Thornton shines alongside other decent performances and helps carry a much improved story. I can't imagine what fucked up shit Leone's gonna conjure up to top this. If you can stomach this sort of nonsense, I think Terrifier 3 is worth putting on the list and adding to either the Halloween or Christmas rotation. And I am feeling a 6 out of 10 on this one. Maybe that's a little generous considering it's still stupid, but mad respect to Leone for improving on his craft. Catch you later, guys.